The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking on a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, along with Amazon, Audible, Apple, as well as Anchor FM, and coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, TuneIn, Pandora, and more. You can also catch us on Himalaya, Geo7, and other podcast platforms around the world. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful gentleman who's back by popular demand. He's on the other side of the pond. He brought us he was with the Impersonators. He did a song called I'm trying to think. It's living on somewhere. I'm sure he'll tell you more about it. So we have to impersonate as we go along here. He's got a brand new song out. We're going to play in just a minute. He's going to play something for you and tell you where to go check it out. And since it's Christmas time, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And he's going to sing a little bit of Christmas and where you can check it out. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios from the other side of the pond from Finland, he's back once again, the very popular and a very good impersonator, Tommy Tikka. Tommy, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us once again.
Hey, pleasure to be here. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. And yes, we happen to be on Cloud 9. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, that's the song. That's the
so
song.
I don't know why I was not in Cloud 9 when that happened. But so basically, we had you back on board. You were with the Impersonators, the two-man project born out of the ashes and designed to cut out the politics and strife. And you guys almost sound like REM and Go-Betweens and a lot more. And you also
we're trying to sound like those great bands, though. Right.
Right.
Trying our best.
Right, exactly. And of course, you guys been a big hit, and you're pretty much on your own right now. And you also have been popular on Spotify as well as and all the major podcast platforms, YouTube, SoundCloud, and everything. And we're going to talk about your two new songs. But once again, before we get started, quickly tell us how it got started.
A long time ago, I was 6. And my parents were heavily into music, and I remember the first time that I ever really remembered wanting to be a songwriter was when I was 6. Went with my dad to get some gas. He went inside to pay for the gas, as you did in those days. You didn't pay at the pump. And I stayed in the car, and he had Paul Anka's 21 Golden Hits on, and a song called Lonely Boy came on, and just something that resonated with me. The double track lead vocal, etc. It's a beautiful pop tune. It's got a Latin rhythm, but it's very much rock and roll at the same time. A gorgeous melody. And I remember thinking that I want to write songs. And this is weird because I was 6 at the time. And because I got kids now that are, one is 5 and he's got 4 older brothers. Everybody's been 6, at some point. But when I look at my 5-year-old and when I think back to a time, for example, when my eldest son was 6. It's kind of weird that somebody aged 6 wants to start writing songs, takes music that seriously. But yeah, that's how it happened.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of the influences that inspired you to write music? Some of your major influences besides Paul?
Well, I mean, music. It was basically the music that my parents were listening to, because music was on all the time. And this was in the late 70s, early 80s, right? My dad was he loved the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. CCR was one of his all-time favorites. That stuff. I mean, Led Zeppelin. He had all the great albums, and one of the fondest memories that I have of him is every Friday we'd pick an album, and he'd not just play to me, but he'd explain about the band, tell me about the band, tell me about the making of the album. He read a lot about music, and I think that's basically that's where a lot of the enthusiasm that I have for music comes from, and wanting to find out about the records and so forth.
Mm-hmm. And then do you do that with your kids as well too? You pick up an album and you just explain about it and play with your kids, just like what your dad did with you?
Well, I try to. Some of them are more into music than others. I have 6 boys, and yeah, it's I've been busy, and it's kind of funny because I remember this one chat that my dad had when he was still alive with a couple of his friends, and of course I've done a lot of things in my life, things that he could have mentioned because he was having a conversation, about his friend, the group had a conversation about what their sons were doing. A group of tight friends. My dad had known these guys ever since, I don't know, I was like 10. And some of the guys were saying, my son's a lawyer, my son's a doctor, whatever, all these professions. And all of a sudden, my dad says, my son has 6 kids. He knows his way around, if you know what I mean. Nobody said anything after that. I said afterwards, I said to my dad, why not tell him I write songs, or why not say that all the other stuff that I've done? And my dad said that that wouldn't have shut them up.
Or you could say you're professional parent that loves to write. You could say professional parent.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I talk about music with my sons, and my eldest son, he's 17. He plays hockey. He's not really into music, but he does love to listen to music, and we do spend a lot of time, especially in the car. I played him a couple of songs off the Beatles' Revolver, for instance, a couple of weeks ago, and he really he likes that, having these discussions with me. So yeah, I try to pass it on, but not all of them are into music. Kids like YouTubers these days, and they're not into rock stars anymore. It's a dying profession,
Right, exactly. And you talk about your eldest being in hockey, and what are the chances of him playing professional hockey, or maybe playing in the NHL, or maybe in another league like overseas?
Well, he's actually doing pretty damn good. And we'll see. I don't want to jinx anything by talking about it, and I know he wouldn't appreciate me telling anything about his hockey ventures, but he's got prospects. Let me put it to you like that. So we're hoping for the best, and the rest is up to him. But at least, he's been offered some great things, and let's see if he can live up to those offers. Mm-hmm. We'll see.
And of course, speaking of great things, we'll talk about your couple of great things in just a minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon Audible as well. Also on Apple, Anchor FM, and coming soon to Podbean, Geo7, as well as Buzzsprout, and a lot more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here at Finland's Tommy Tikka, formerly of the Impersonators, here on the Mike Wagner Show. You guys cut a couple of EPs as well, too. And quickly, tell us how the Impersonators got started, and tell us about your 2 EPs you guys released.
Well, the Impersonators have actually released 1 EP, but there's an album coming out soon. But anyway, to go to the very beginning, my former group, Carmen Gray, who recorded for Sony BMG, was disbanded in 2012, and Impersonators were born maybe a year after that. Because one of the cool things about having a recording contract with Sony or somebody like that is that your songs, you have a vehicle for your songs, and so your songs get played on the radio. You get used to having an outlet. And once Carmen Gray was over and done with, I didn't have that outlet anymore. But songwriting is not like your regular profession in the sense that once a songwriter, always a songwriter. So I kept producing, and I needed a new band. And then I met this guy at the university a long time ago, and we were friends already at that point. And I didn't know he writes. We were just kind of always talking about music, and these guys anti-audio. And then one day, just out of the blue, I remember this. I was sitting on my couch. This was a time also that the Carmen Gray had disbanded. Then I was going through a divorce. And I had the kids at that point. They were playing, and all of a sudden I get a text message from Antti. And instead of it being a regular text message, it's got lyrics to a song called entitled Ghost Town Radio. The lyrics were titled Ghost Town Radio. And I pretty soon figured out this is a poem, and I started writing music to it. And that's really how the Impersonators were born.
That is amazing. And of course, you got that 1 EP, and tell us about that. And we'll have you play one of your songs in just a minute. Tell us about the EP, and especially one that I really loved was Cloud 9. That was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I just realized there are two EPs. There's actually three. One is not on Spotify now. I don't know what happened. There's two EPs now, and one is Luncheon at the Cannon Street Hotel Volume 2. But the actual EP that I'm thinking about is the Sad Cafe EP, and yeah. When we started, I played all the instruments. This is where the name comes from, the impersonators, the name. We had another name for the group, but I don't even remember what it was. It was pretty lame. And one of my friends said to me, he's like, I hate the name of the group. And like I said, I remember what it was, probably something very bad. And I said that, okay, got a better idea. And she said, well, why not call the group the Impersonators? Because you're kind of impersonating all the members. That, it's a guy. One day I'd be playing the drums, be impersonating the drummer, then the next day the bass, and so on. And that's where the name came from. And and it stuck. At first I wasn't sure about it, but then as time went on, I was thinking like it's a great name for a rock band. And by God, it is ours. We even own the rights to it now. Paid good money for those, so nobody in the world can call themselves the Impersonators now except us.
Right, exactly. And of course, you do a good job in impersonating, and we'll have you play one of the songs in just a minute, having a little bit of rodeo. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here at Tommy Tikka from Finland here on the Mike Wagner Show. He was playing with the Impersonators, and he's also got one of his key songs out right now, and he's going on a rodeo here on the Mike Wagner Show. So go ahead and take it away and have a little fun with the rodeo, Tommy.
All right. Here we go. Hey girl, I'm looking for a shelter from your acid rain. This fever makes me a flaming house of pain. City lights with swirling stars around you, neon arrows flew, and I forgot about my lonely avenues. Now I'm all black and blue. It's true, like a fool, I put my trust and faith in you. You were my first rodeo. So cool, I got school. A woman's heart can't be true. I'm cursed with your rodeo. Simple joys were difficult illusions, always on the mend. You're the storm, babe, and you're the hurricane. Sweet thorns of acrimony growing through my skin. Andromeda, the galaxy of sin. Now I'm all black and blue. It's true, like a fool, I put my trust and faith in you. You were my first rodeo. So cool, I got school. A woman's heart can be untrue. I'm cursed with your rodeo.
That is impressive rodeo from Tommy Tikka here on the Mike Wagner Show. Tell us more about this song and what inspired you to write it.
Well, I was driving to work one day, and there was a song on the radio called Rodeo, and it was a complete different story. This was by a female artist, and I liked the song very much, actually. but it was about her saying that this ain't my first rodeo, and that's of course that's the idiomatic phrase. That's right. What people walk around saying. This ain't my first rodeo. And I was thinking, what if it was? And because everybody, all of us who've been around the block a few times, we've had that first rodeo, that love affair that just simply doesn't work, and it's kind of strange because I think that I was very lucky in life. I had great girlfriends in the sense that it took me a while to meet that one very toxic person, And I was always wondering before that, and this is, of course, a very long time ago, extremely long time. We have to go back like decades, but a couple of decades at least. I was up until that point, I was always wondering what people are talking about. That how can somebody bring them to their knees and stuff? Because it was sort of, I hadn't lived through that. But lo and behold, of course, we're bound to meet that person, most of us. And listening to the song in my car that day took me back to that time in the sense that, we've all had those first rodeos, and mine was that particular rodeo, and it was dreadful, awful, stuff of nightmares, and I never wanted back. But yet at the same time, I felt like I should probably write a song, since everybody's saying, using the idiom in that sense, twist it around a little bit and write a song about the first rodeo. And that's how it came about.
And you weren't horsing around, I have to say that.
No pun intended, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. And where can we find rodeo at?
Streaming platforms,
okay.
Spotify, iTunes, or was that the question you asked? I'm sorry, I was still laughing.
Oh, okay. Where can we find the song Rodeo at?
Yeah, all streaming platforms. I think, and it's everywhere. It's in iTunes, iMusic, or it's Apple Music actually, Spotify, all of those places. Yeah, you'll find it. Just type The Impersonators or Rodeo, it'll pop up.
Okay, and how about your website? How can people find out more about you?
Well, you can go to impersonatorsmusic.com. It'll have basically everything you really need to know about the band. All the links that you need, and you can also go to www.tomtikka.com, which is my solo website, and there's stuff about the Impersonators as well.
Okay, that's fantastic. We'll encourage everybody to go there to check out the music. And what do you have coming up in 2021 and beyond, Tommy?
Well, it's going to be a busy year. I have the Impersonators album, which will feature rodeo, is going to come out in late March. And oddly enough, that album is going to be called Ghost Town Radio. It has nothing to do with the lockdown. It's a reference to that first lyric that Antti sent me quite a few years ago. But it won't feature the song. It'll feature rodeo, for instance. It'll have 10 tracks, two brand new ones, and then we'll combine the ones that have come out as singles and so forth. It's an album that's been in the making for quite a long time, and I'm sort of I'm jazzed about the fact that it's coming out. And in terms of my solo ventures, Tom Tikka and the Missing Hubcaps, there's an EP coming out in January and another one coming out in June. So yeah, it's been busy, and the EP obviously that I'm talking about, the one that's coming out in January, I sent the songs in for mastering today. It's going to be a great EP. I'm actually rather proud of it. The EP is going to be called "That's What Winston Churchill Said." So,
and what did Winston Churchill exactly say?
If you are in hell, keep going. That's basically that's a good motto for life. In this idea that don't stop. If you're going through hell, then just keep going until you're out of that space and place. And so, and I love his quotes. And that just the song came from that. And so I like the title. That's what Winston Churchill said. It's an actual song on the EP, but I think the title's pretty good, so we made it the EP title as well.
One of the classic Winston Churchill's quotes I remember is "Never give in, never give in, never, never, never give in." I think that was used during World War II to keep going when it looked like England was pretty much on the way of losing. I remember that one.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was an excellent speaker. And obviously a figure that the Brits and the whole world needed at that point. And what a legacy! What a guy! And wow.
And definitely a legacy as well too. And before we go, Tommy, you've got a Christmas tune for us as we wrap up 2020, and just like Christmas, and making play a bit of that to wrap up today, Tommy.
Yeah, will do. Right now?
Go ahead.
I see the snowflakes falling, they cover up the trees. I feel just like calling you, but you're not here. Another lonely heartache, though the season's dear. I've come to the conclusion that Santa just ain't real now. Ain't it just like Christmas? Just like Christmas, just like Christmas, love is war. Wander around the streets that we walked hand in hand, listening to John Lennon and Plastic Ono Band, singing war is over, man, it's still going on. A New Year's resolution that they got real wrong now. Ain't it just like Christmas? Just like Christmas, just like Christmas, love is war.
That is fantastic. Just Like Christmas by Tommy Tikka on the Mike Wagner Show. To wrap up, and where can we find the song at?
Well, it actually came out a couple of days ago, so it'll be on Spotify and all other streaming platforms as well. And it's my first Christmas song that I've ever released, and it'll also be my last. I've just written the one. Well, I mean, Merry Christmas to everybody listening, even though right now, as we speak, is nowhere near Christmas. Got to get Thanksgiving out of the way first. But
we're getting close here. And once again, before we wrap up, we'd like to have you back on as well, too. You've been fantastic. Once again, Tommy Tikka here on the Mike Wagner Show. A very big thank you for your time. You've been great. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
Well, the best place to find info on the impersonators is the website, impersonatorsmusic.com, and about my ventures, www.tomtikka.com, and the music's all of it, whether it's the impersonators or Tom Tikka and the Missing Hubcaps. You'll find on Spotify, Apple Music, iMusic, all streaming platforms. The Impersonators album is going to come out in March, and the Hubcaps are going to release an EP in January and then another one in June.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Once again, Tommy, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 and beyond. And like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And love you.
Same to you, Mike, and thanks for having me.
See the snowflakes falling, they cover up the trees. I feel just like calling you, but you're not here. Another lonely heartache, though the season's dear. I've come to the conclusion that Santa just ain't real now. Ain't it just like Christmas? Just like Christmas, just like Christmas, love is war. I wander around the streets that we walked hand in hand, listening to John Lennon and Plastic Ono Band, singing war is over, man, it's still going on. A New Year's resolution, and that they got real wrong. Now waiting just like Christmas, just like Christmas, just like Christmas. Love is what I waited, just like Christmas, just like Christmas, just like Christmas. It's your fault. Perhaps you will remember love letters in the sand. Perhaps you will remember that I'm your man. I see the snowflakes falling that cover up the trees. Ooh, babe, I'm crawling. Ooh, yeah, but you're not here. Just like Christmas, just like Christmas, just like Christmas. Love is what I waited, just like Christmas, just like Christmas, just like Christmas. It's your fault. Hear the church bells ring, the children sing. It is the season to be jolly and to grin. I hear their sound, it melts my frown. I wish that Christmas could be on the whole year round.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People Based Upon a Real-Life Relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.